It was a sunny, uplifting day in mid-April. It was a beautiful day. I stepped outside and hopped in the car. I then got on the highway and began driving to the Dulles airport. Reason being was because for the next week, Chad, Colin, Steve, Frank, and I were all going on a bros trip, as Chad called it, over to Spain. We were all pretty excited as we had never done anything like that before. However, there's a little bit of a catch. This flight for the bros trip would be over 10 hours long. That's probably not a big deal, but we ain't exactly balling like that yet, so we'll be stuck in economy. We chose our own seats on the plane though, so we really gotta be strategic about it, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I arrived at the airport and found Steve, Frank, and Chad, as well as Colin, waiting there for me.
What's good, man? This trip finna be lit, G. I heard a drinking age is low, so we gonna get drunk as fuck,
said Steve. Let's not do that, Steve. We don't want to do that. Especially not with you, I said.
Exactly, bro. Besides, Spain is a very good place for the bros trip, and only because it's very classy to be in Spain for the bros.
I don't know why, but shit, man. Seems like Chav's getting a little fruity here. I've seen those cologne ads on YouTube before. Those like Spanish stud dudes riding around on horses and shit. I don't know, but something about Chad wasn't hitting that much at the moment, as he was acting very fruity. But anyway, I ignore it. Let's head into the airport, guys, I said. We do just that. We all take our suitcases and check them, but there was a catch. See, Colin's suitcase went in just fine, as did mine. Well, Chad's did too, but there was a little bit of a catch with Steve and Frank's big, bulky suitcases. You boys all in the same group, right? The worker said. Yeah, we're traveling as one unit, I replied. Well, sorry, but due to protocols, the airport now has a policy of only 3 checked bags per group, no matter how big, the guy said.
Man, what the fuck you mean, G? My shit's huge,
said Steve. He wasn't lying. Usually, Steve's a bit of a minimalist when it comes to things like this, but his bag for this trip was massive. Steve, why the fuck is your bag so big? We're only going away for a week, I said.
Man, I gotta bring all my shit.
Okay, I don't care what your shit is. I don't care. Just take your luggage. Okay. Just take only the essentials, alright? Then we'll put the rest of our stuff with us on the plane. Frank's bag now was more than twice the size of Steve's. Unlike Steve, though, who had a suitcase, Frank wore a backpack, like the kind you see those Antarctic explorers wear that go like above your head and everything. Very weird looking. Anyway, next it was time to go through security, but there's a catch on my end. Buddy, I found a hatchet in your backpack, he said. What? I don't know what you're talking about. I found this hatchet in your bag that I saw you put on this conveyor belt. If you tell me the truth, the consequences won't be as bad, but if you lie, the consequence will be 3 times as bad. Now, I'm gonna ask you again, is this your axe? The guy says. No, that is definitely not my axe, or hatchet. Okay, I'm sorry. It is mine, I'm sorry, I lied, you caught me. It's all good there, buddy. But a cover on it next time, though, you're gonna hurt someone, he said. It was true. I'd packed my hatchet, forgetting to sheath it with the cover before I left. That could have been dangerous, but luckily, the security always kept an extra hatchet case in the back, just in case. Anyway, after security was all good. Oh well, it took a long time. Frank's bag took over 3 hours to inspect, but luckily we still had time to catch our flight, as we got to the airport very early.
Man, I'm starving,
said Steve. We head over to the vending machine. As of right then, all the actual restaurants were stretching for the lines around 15 minutes. We didn't want to wait in that line at all. Our flight was in like 10 minutes, so I went to the vending machine instead. I got a granola bar, and so does Colin, and Chad got a protein shake. Steve got a bag of dried crawfish, and finally, Frank got the donut stick, which I'm not going to go into what it was, but let's just say it had jelly on the inside. When Frank bit into it, he bit into it horizontally, so the jelly shot out and landed in Colin's ear. Chop, Frank, you dumbass, said Colin. Frank squeaked. Anyway, next it was time to get on the plane. Chad looked ecstatic. Okay, bros, to Spain, he says. We get on the plane, but here's the thing. I guess at that point, Spain isn't that much of a popular place to go, as there were only 45 people total on the flight, which could accompany over 250 people. Most of those people were in business and first class, not economy like we were. We walked down the aisle of the plane. We see all the classy first-class folks with their sunglasses and top hats, sipping their champagne as they prepare themselves for the long flight ahead. But we were not sitting there. We'll be sipping Deer Park and Dasani water in economy. Anyway, we took our seats next. We all decided to take advantage of the extra room and maybe sit close together, just not right next to each other, just so we still have space to move around. I end up sitting in the row to myself at the window. Colin sits on the row in front of me. Steve and Frank decided to share a seat in the row behind me, and Chad took residence in the middle. I don't know why he did. Anyway, next the plane began taking off, and before we knew it, we were above the clouds. It was very scenic and kind of looked like an alternate world up there. Anyway, the plane captain got over the loudspeaker and announced that the snacks and refreshments would be served. This got people like Frank and Chad pretty excited. However, when the flight attendant finally came around, I felt a tap on my shoulder. It was the flight attendant.
Good day, boys,
they said. Oh, no, said Colin. It was the creepy clerk, the same guy that has a job everywhere. I don't know why he keeps following us around, or even why he has a job as a flight attendant in the first place. Oh, no. How on earth did you get a job as a flight attendant? Colin asks.
Oh, boys. My family and I were trying to get more into traveling, and booking plane tickets can be quite expensive now. So I figured I may as well pick up a job as a flight attendant, earn some extra mileage points that we can use. We'll be taking a little creepy clerk family trip to the Bahamas, but for now, I think I'll be joining you boys in Spain. It's been some years since the country for some special boys.
He says, oh, fuck no, this is not okay. You are not coming with us anywhere, I said. I don't know. The creepy clerk has other ideas.
Come on now, boys. I feel like no better way to grow in our bond together than to travel the world and see some new perspectives. And who knows, we can even book a hotel room together.
The creepy clerk was now waving his fingers in a pretty free way at us.
Now, since I still gotta do my job, how about I go and bring out the snack cart? You and your boy get some drinks and refreshments.
Ew, what snacks? Frank said. Of course, Frank of all people will be the one to want to say this. He's always a sucker for the airplane food. Anyway, the creepy clerk disappeared into the back to get the refreshments. I kid you not, 2 hours later, and he finally comes out with the cart.
Want some waters, boys?
He says. Instead of actual bottled or canned water, he instead gives us a pre-made cup of water. I took a sip of mine without thought, but come to the creepy clerk. This is a mistake. I felt some sort of jello-like substance in it. It was clear and round, like beads almost. I don't know. Kind of gave me the chills. Anyway, after that, it was time for him to give us our snacks, quote-unquote.
Right, boys, I made these snacks back on the ground. My family and I, as you know, we're getting into traveling. We were down in the Amazon jungle on a jungle cruise. When I was there, I visited an ancient Mayan temple with the Aztecs, and I picked up some crickets. I made these homemade crickets for you boys.
What the fuck is wrong with you, you bitch? I said. The creepy clerk now had a kebab of jungle scorpions, crickets, and tarantula legs. That was it. We were done with the creepy clerk. I don't know. We still had over 7 hours in the air until we landed. This would indeed be a long flight, but I had to get away from the creepy clerk. I decided to get out of my seat and push past him and past his chubby belly. I decided that since maybe there were so few people on the plane, I could slide my way into first class and sneak amongst the classy businessmen. People that don't want any business. Get it? Business with the creepy clerk. Anyway, I tried to look for a seat, but they were on to me. Buddy, I need to see your verification. Well, I kind of left it at where? An economy? Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, that blew. I was set back to economy by a dude sipping some cider with a cigar. Very classy. Looked like he likes to gamble, but we're not going to go into that. Anyway, I made it back to my unfortunate economy seat, and to my relief, the creepy clerk was gone. But there was a little bit of a catch, though. Frank was also gone. Yo, Steve, I said, tapping him on the shoulder to get his attention.
What's good, man?
He said. The fuck did Frank go?
I don't know. Probably his pussy ass using the bathroom or something.
I guess the reason Steve didn't really know where Frank was because he now had his earbuds in and was blasting his music. But Frank was still nowhere to be seen. But just then I heard a faint come from the bathrooms. Oh no, not the bathrooms, Colin says. I don't blame him. But I know what I have to do. I reluctantly marched over to the back bathroom near the flight attendant's lounge. It was weird. It was almost like that the creepy clerk was the only flight attendant, and there's no one other to be seen. Frank, you in there? You alright? I said whilst knocking on the door.
Don't worry, boy. It's all good in my hands. Yeah, Frankie, let's try a new position now,
he said. I busted the bathroom and shocked to see Frank lying down on the baby changing station. The creepy clerk was wrapping him in toilet paper so it looked like a full-on mummy.
Yeah, Frankie boy. Let's get our meditation on. Maybe massage already. How about that position?
Whew, that was a relief. I thought they were doing something else. I, for a long, long moment, thought that the creepy clerk and Frank were trying to do something new in the bathroom, something despicable. I guess the massaging was... Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. The massaging was traumatizing to a whole new level, but Frank was now lying on his stomach, and the creepy clerk was giving his butt cheeks, his chubby butt cheeks, the karate chop.
Hey, Frankie. Nice now. Nice.
Spongy cheeks, Frank said. I had no idea what spongy cheeks meant, and I didn't want to know. Anyway, I left the bathroom to go back to my seat, but then the creepy clerk came out.
I'll be in the back lounge, you boys need me. I'm just excited for our vacation now,
he said. Glad he's gone, said Colin. Just gotta hope he doesn't bother us the rest of the flight. It was true. The creepy clerk had now disappeared into the flight attendant's lounge and was doing who knows what. Just then, the worst of our nightmares came alive, though, when we heard the all-signature sound come from the bathroom. Oh no, how did he get on the plane? Just then, the captain got over the intercom. Ladies and gentlemen, I have some unfortunate news. This plane is crashing. There's an unfortunate weight in the back holding us down, and the engines and rear propellers just can't keep up, he said. It was true. The turbulence was getting worse and worse, and the back of the plane was tilting. Just then, I was then brought to attention of what was weighing us down. Herbert Ernie was taking a shit. We already know that when Herbert shits, it's bad. He does not stop. He's about the size of a refrigerator, meaning we knew sure well that he was taking up each and every nanometer of that bathroom, and I mean that literally. Anyway, the plane crashed into the vast Atlantic Ocean before being swallowed up by a kraken. I then awoke from my dream. I was like, whew, bro, I just had the craziest dream, I told Colin, who was sitting on the plane next to me in our economy seat. I was glad it was all a dream, I said, and our Spain trip would be normal.
That's right, bro. We're in Spain now. Just need to relax,
said Chad as he sipped his beer Spanish style. Though, Chad was wrong. I hadn't heard a faint.
Well, come on, boys. I'm just trying to have a fun time. You already know that.
Come from the cargo lounge beneath us. Ah! I screamed, and that then concludes the Spanish Stallion of the Creepy.